welcome back to the channel. Today we will visit Between Two Castles of Mad King Ludwig. Yes, if you're recognizing the name here is because Stonemaier has had before this game two games, which are one, the Castles of King Ludwig or Mad King Ludwig, which I've never played, and at the same time they had the other game, which is Between Two Cities, which is already the channel. You can find it and see the video related with that and see what is inside. So in an interesting concept, they fused those two games and they created the Between Two Castles of Mad King Ludwig. Um, and by fusing, what I mean is the concept is takes from Between Two Cities the fact that you will be building something with your neighbors, both on the left and right side. Instead of a city, you'll be building a castle, and the way you build the castle is similar with the castles of Mad King Ludwig. Okay, from what I've heard, in a simplified way. Okay, so there you go. You have then the Between Castles of King Ludwig. The game can be played to 7, like Between Two Cities. With the expansion, can go up to 8, and I will do the video for the expansion as well. And if you compare with Between Two Cities, it's fairly more complex and takes like twice or three times the time to play. And the box itself, you can see it's a very big box. So let's see what is inside Between Two Castles of Mad King Ludwig. So the game also comes with automatic mode, the solitary mode, solo mode, sorry, two solitaire modes. It's included with extra components. I'm just going to give you an overview. The manual also serves as a way to display how the players should sit in a table using specific parts of the game. It's a very Stonemaier manual. Seems like a complex solo game. I haven't played, but I'm curious to know how they've built this game into a solo, because this is really depending on player interactivity. So how is that captured on solo? It's always something interesting for me to know. And there's the manual of the core game. The manual is now being attacked by something here, by fungus, which is a big problem for everyone that owns board games. If you have any comment there on how to avoid these things, please let me know. And there are components, we'll see those in detail. The game comes with these boxes to help the layout and the setup. It seems like the exact same image you have on Between Two Cities, showing how players should sit on a table. Then we'll have specific types of rooms that will be scored differently. Like in the cities, you have specific types of houses or buildings. Here is rooms of the castle. So you'll have food rooms, and I will show in detail all of them. Living rooms in purple. Orange will be utility rooms. In green will be outdoor rooms like gardens, etc. Sleeping rooms. You cannot have a castle without corridors, lots of corridors around. Then downstairs, they call it downstairs, but imagine like the dungeons in a castle, everything that is below the surface. And the throne room which will be the starting tile. Okay. Then how to score. There are some cards in the game, as you'll see. Some of them will work differently, and that's it. So I'm going to start by showing you this because this is fairly interesting. So you have these seven cities, seven castles, sorry, wooden castles. They, if you look carefully, they are all different. They are all different. So in the other game, in the Between Two Cities, you had like landmarks from cities. Now here you have famous castles, and indeed these are famous castles because if you see here, each of them is a replica. Try to be a replica of an existent castle. And here I have a problem, which is I don't know any of these castles, not even by their name. So if someone in the comments would like to help, I could for sure Google it. But yeah, they sound like, by the name, they sound like Austrian, German castles. And Mad King Ludwig also sounds like someone from that side of Europe. But it's interesting because these castles, if these castles are as beautiful as the ones you see here on the box, right? We can start imagining how it was to build those and living on those that era. Okay. So let's see the rest of the box. What comes inside? You have play rates, which will help how to score, and on the other side, they're the same on both sides. Okay, so I'll come back to that. The scoring itself is very difficult because it has lots of things, takes lots of time. So see the scoring pad that you have just for scoring one castle. You need, like if you're playing with 7 people, you need to use 7 of these papers in order to do the scoring of the game. Yeah, but you have lots of them and it's double faced. And then for the solo mode, there's uh, some cards here, oversized cards that help the solo mode. You see, it looks very complex. Looks like a technical document. The way they look. These are the solo cards as well. Let's take a few of them. I'm leaving the best for last, which are the tiles for you to build your castle, right? So that's the best for last. These are the solo cards. I would love to give you more info, but I don't know. But just for you to have an overview on how they look. They look like this. Cool. Okay, so now let's take everything out for me to show you how Stonemaier envisioned this to work. So you can try to put here like this. See how it fits? Yeah, and this is the center of the table. It's made like this. The game comes with these inserts. So you take the leads off and then you will see that this is already split in small compartments, which exactly, there's a number below there. It's not visible, but it says 9. I don't know if you can see there, says 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's exactly what you need for a player to start drafting, because the game works like the other one, which is you get this 9, you choose 2, and you pass left or right, and then you do that more and more until you only have 1, which the last one will go back to the tray. Okay, and so to facilitate, you already have here a set of 9 that you can give in random order. You can give to any player. Okay, and on the center you have the throne rooms. So the throne rooms are important because every player starts with 1 randomly chosen. Okay, so you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. With the expansion, there will be 1 more for 8 players. But the throne rooms are all different because you can see they look the same, but they score differently. For example, this throne room would score for any sleeping room and purple room that would be placed here. You see the black dots there? They need to be placed here, and you would score 2 for each. Every turn room is worth maximum 4 points, and then everything starts from there. So when you put a throne room, this is an important concept. When you put a throne room, this is going to be your floor level, your ground level. Okay, so you can build things on the side, or you can start building on top of it like a castle, piling them. Some rooms will allow you to build on the underground. Okay, you could build like this, which are the dungeons and corridors. Corridors could be built above or below. Okay, so that's where the magic happens. So let's see. For example, I'm going to show you one of each room. Here you have uh, a green room, which are like gardens and outdoor parts of the castle, and they are different because they have blue surroundings. And the reason for that is to remind you that once you put here like an outdoor, it's they are all open places, so you can never build on top of it. Right? This is not valid because the outdoors are really outdoors. They cannot have things on other rooms on top of it. Yeah, more or less. But then you can always build on the right side or left side, and you can always put another outdoor tile on the right or left side of another outdoor. And the way you score the outdoors is one 1 point for each type of specific rooms that you have in the castle. So these two, you see, they are the same type of tile. They have different names: French gazebo and swimming hole, and they score different things. 1 point for purple rooms and 1 point for those brownish reddish rooms. Okay, so this is the way you build your points, is by collecting certain types of tiles in order to match the requirements of each and the way you scored, and to get the maximum points. Okay, so I'm going to show you another one, which these are the black ones. They are dungeons. They need to go below the surface, and this one will score. It's a wine cellar, right? You see, it's like in a cave, in a basement. You need to. It will score you 1 point for each food uh, quarter or room that is above this one. You see, there is the white square that represents this tile, and the black arrow pointing above, like every yellow that is in line here above, it will score you 1. It's very difficult to score like this. Okay, so other examples, you have the utility rooms. This case is the class making room, which will score 1 point per connected um, orange rooms connected to this one. So you can have, like, imagine that these are all orange rooms, right? So these two will be connected like this. Okay, so you'd score 2. Then if you have another one here, it will be 2 plus 1. Or if it was like this, they are also connected back to the base, so it will be 3. So you can organize differently in order to score maximum. What else we got here? So I got an example of a yellow room, the creperie, where you do your crepes. And this one is 2 points for every room there is either above or below. So it's only the one that is here, and here you could score 4 if those two are blue rooms. And the rooms, they score always every type of room they score very similarly. The only thing that changes is the symbol of the room that it scores. And even on these two examples, you can see that the yellow buildings, they either score vertically or horizontally. See, the meat locker here scores if you have gardens or outdoor tiles on the left and right, while the brandy room is those red rooms above and below. Okay, so let me find more different examples. We have now a purple room. Purple rooms are, this is the meditation room. It's difficult to achieve because it gives you 2 points per a specific type of room that is surrounding in 7 different directions. For some reason, with the below one, they don't consider as being requirement to score, but you always need to score around. So quite tough, quite tough. And there's a sleeping room here, the bunk room, where you score 4 points for this room if you have all other six, at least one of all other 6 type of rooms. It's like the houses in between the cities. But if you fail at least one, this only counts as 1. So this uh, planning a strategy with sleeping rooms will require you to go after at least one of each type. So it could be tough. Then I guess this is the only one left here. I'm going to take a look at a play rate just to see what we are missing. So we've seen yellows, purples, oranges, greens, blues. We've seen the dungeon. The downstairs, the only thing left would be the corridors. The corridors are white here. Hall of creaking floors. Creaking floors. So, and it will score 1 point for each painting around him, including the below one. So I'm leaving this last in order to explain a different thing here, which is every room, besides the color, they also have an affiliation with a certain object. So here you see this room has affiliation with paintings, but you could also have affiliations with swords, affiliations with mirrors, mirror there, or affiliation with torches like this. See, there are 4 types of objects. Okay, so the corridors then For every room, regardless of which color or which type, but for every room that has a painting like this, you would score 1 point. So it's another level of complexity and strategy, which is when picking a room, it's not just the type of room, but also the object because of the corridors, especially because of the corridors. Okay. And now that you've seen all the types of tiles, you can understand what you have here on the reference guide. So, which is type of room, where you could be placed, the type of scoring, but then after also, if in the moment you place your third tile of every type of each type, you will have a bonus. And all rooms give different bonus. So you can plan your strategy also considering this, which is so when you draw when you place 3 food rooms, you draw 5 tiles randomly from anywhere, and then you choose one and you place it immediately. Then the, after the third living room, you can choose one of the assistants and place it on the throne room. And the assistants are here on this yellow tray that I'm going to bring in front of us now. It's the second tray. See these small things here? So these are the assistants. And you have one of each assistant that will score you. Let me just do something here. Will allow you to score in the end of the game per objects. So this one is the guy, it's the painter, and it will score 1 for every painting, for each painting that you have. This guy is another assistant. I don't know who he is, but he scores by the mirrors. Then you have like the guard that will score by the swords, and you have another painter. So this one was not in the correct place. Okay, let's see. You have the the clown, right? The jester. Yeah, so he's throwing like torches, and he will score by torches, every torch that you have. And then once you place it, it's going to do something cool, which is like this, right? You see now the throne room was empty, but now it has a jester there. And the same thing if I do this. Okay, now the throne room. So you can have both, two of them throughout the game. The throne room now has a guard and a jester. How cool this is! How cool! Look at that. Doesn't it look cool? Cool. That's it for the assistants. And then if you do 3 utilities, you draw 3 of these cards here. 3 from the top, and then you keep 1. So these are like end of the game bonus. Like for example, you get 4 points if you have 5 of the same room, 2 points for each corridor, 1 point per room that is on level 3 or higher, so third floor or higher, you score additional, 2 per this type of room, and 4 per each. It's powerful goals, but the thing with these goals is that first of all, you draw 3 from the top of the deck, like 1, 2, 3, and then from these 3 you only choose 1. So you are limited to whatever comes up from the whole deck, and these cards may be worthless against the kind of strategy that you're building. So you may be investing on already on different kinds of tiles, and then you get this one which gives you 2, but you don't have this. So it's a strategy that I don't like to follow. It's very difficult for me. Then if you do 3 outdoors, you get a fountain. Fountains are very interesting because they give you straight away 5 points. That's it. That's it. If you get 3 living rooms, you get a tower. Tower is also something that I don't appreciate much because it needs to be put on the top of a column, and then the column ends because nothing can go above an outdoor. This is considered, it's not a green outdoor, it's these red ones, but because it has the blue bordering, means that you cannot put not anything on top of a tower. Makes sense because if you look at the castle, once you have a tower, there's nothing above a tower, right? So this is the last part of the castle, the tower. And it will give you 1 point for each tile that is directly below until the end of your castle. So if you are planning on a vertical castle, this could represent lots of points. Then if you put like 3 corridors, you have access to a grand foyer, which is this staircase that will give you 1 point for any kind of room that is surrounding it. So this one could be very interesting because if you surround it, it's like 8 points and you can put anything there, anything there. Then if you put 3 stairs, you can choose one of these bonus. Anyone, the one that helps you the most. Then after, once you put 5 of any of these rooms, you can choose one of these tiles here that is considered the shield ones, except this one here. But any of these from this smaller tray, and you can place it. So this is how you can get 2 assistants. You get one for doing the 3 living rooms, and then the second one from 5 living rooms. And then you are limited to activate this bonus. No, in fact, you could like, hey, you can do this, and then you could do this one and choose this bonus. And then you could, yeah, that's a way you only have 2 assistants. It's doing 3 living. Sorry for the confusion. 3 living, and then by replicating the bonus here. And if you do 5, you only get any of these except this. So you can have another tower, another fountain, or another grand foyer. You cannot have another throne room, if you're asking. Okay, so I guess I've explained everything about the game. I would like you to show you some more examples of tiles to see how unique they are and how cool they are as well. Like the taxidermy showroom, where the dead animals are. The butterfly garden. Sauna. What a castle with a sauna there. The afternoon tea room. I would love to live in a castle with all these rooms. A solar. What's a solar? It's where you go and just catch some sun inside. Aviary. All tiles are different, so just see how many tiles we have there. The dressing room. The cape room. There's a specific room just for holding the capes. The pit of despair. So what happens in the dungeons? They stay in the dungeons. The dead end. What a corridor, the dead end. The promenade. Promenade. Nice views from the promenade. It's a corridor, so you can walk around and enter other rooms. It's like a outside corridor. So cool. The walking path. The all of paintings, and for sure the symbol there is a painting. Oh, a kittenry. A room just for cats. Imagine the smell. The kitchen. The gunpowder room. Game storage. Whoa! Wow, 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 wow. Look what we have there. I never noticed this style before. So it's so small, but those are Stonemaier Games there, right? Oh, where's the magnifying glass here? Let me see if I can zoom out of the camera here. Yeah, I can. So that's viticulture, because I recognize the colors there. That's sight. What else? So funny. It's so small, but I can only recognize from the colors of the boxes. And I don't own that many Stonemaier games to be able to recognize it that easily. With what more games you have there? You have like Wingspan. Depends also when this game came out and what was already in the market, but I don't recognize. Clay. Did it say clay there? Clay. At least these two. You can see the bear. You can see the bear there from the side. Okay, that's funny. That's funny. That's a cool moment there. Okay, where? Okay, this was the last one. And well, we have it more here. All of mirrors. Oh, the mirror is broken. There's a cat. The cat broke the mirror. Echo chamber. Why do you need an echo chamber? The subterranean tunnel. The buttery. The buttery. And you have big packets of bucket there, of butter there. Siege food storage. Siege food. See, like canned food, is it? The China room. And the China room is a food corner because it's things of porcelain that you use to eat, except that big vase there. The panic room. There's also a panic room. The panic room is where you hide, right, when your house is attacked. So even castles have the panic room. The reception area, and the cat is the one welcoming you. The wine room. Wine room. Is there any reference to viticulture here on the wine room? Just looking here on the side to viticulture's box and see if I can recognize anything. But I don't. What what else we have here? A bakery, a waiting room. Lots of cats around these castles. Pacing hall. Pacing. Lots of spiders there. The hidden lair. Ooh, what's happening there? Fireplace. And now we have a dog. That's a dog, right? Yeah. It's too big to be a cat. But I cannot see the detail. That's somehow no, that's not a dog. That's a, is that a dog? I don't, where's the head? I don't, I think those are like ears, but I'm not, that's a dog, right? Okay, let's imagine that's a dog. Some books there. Hall of Windows. Looks like the Resident Evil mansion. Princess Chambers. Okay, oh, so cool. There are the lotus flower, and then there's a dragon because the prince killed the dragon always. There's a spear, crown, laboratory. Laboratory. This is quite strange. This one here. What's happening in this laboratory, and why do we have a peacock or something here? The hidden passage. In the expansion, one of the new types of rooms they'll bring is the secret passages. So that was something that they came up after. The quiet room. This is a prison. There's another peacock here. The Venus Grotto. Wow. There's a boat to take you to some. Is a love boat because of the Venus, or this is like where secret societies meet. The treasure room. The jewel room. What are these jewels here? These tiles are so small. And I cannot get any reference that may exist here. Dungeon. There must be a dungeon. The snake pit. Psst. The shield room. An observatory. Wow. You cannot build anything on top of the observatory, but in this case you would be able to. Hall of Portraits. Portraits. Let's move faster. Fungus room. And there is a mirror there, that's why you have a mirror in the room. The sauerkraut room. Sauerkraut are like the vegetables, the kind of vegetable. Archery range. The pillar room. All of doors. Washroom. Oh, someone painted a crown there in the heat, the steam. Pumpkin garden. Chocolate room. Wow, I want one. Yes. And there's a kennel. We've seen the cat room. Now the kennel. The children's room. Children's room. A beer garden. Beer garden. A terrace. Parlor. Where you parlor. You discuss with guests. Things. The crown storage. Torch storage. Powder room. Hall of Ghosts. Oh. An haunted castle as well. And the brewery. The brewery. There's an armory. The hole fell into the snake pit. The mold room or the cheese room. Why is this the mold room? The chicken coop. The cutlery room. The guest bedroom. Tapestry room. Another peacock. The king's chambers. Woo! Will there be a queen's chamber and the tassel room? What's a tassel room? I don't know what the tassel room is. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, what else we have here? Between two rooms. The corridor between two rooms. That's it. The winter garden. Spy room. Spy room. The sight room. A reference to Sight, the game. Reg room. Hat room. So many hats. I don't recognize any. The drawing room. Hall of Knights and Hall of Puzzle Floors. Just because of the squares. Is that called puzzle floor? Okay, just make sure that we don't forget anything. Just put back the study room, the nursery, for sure we need one for the prince, small prince, the blanket room. There's something beneath the blanket there. The purgatory. Purgatory. When you baptize, the baptism happen. Creaking floors, wine cellar, the glass making room, meditation, and meat locket. We've seen that on the explanations. During the explanations. Now here we have the brandy room, the pantry, swimming hole, and the French gazebo that we've seen. Just making sure that you have the chance to see all of them. Flower garden, fish pond, the creepery, and the bunk room. Only a few left here on this side. So the laundry room, the firewood storage, breakfast nook, night room, tool room, scullery. What's a scullery? It's a place where you clean the dishes, reading room, and the morning tea room. The morning, we've seen the breakfast, the morning tea, puppy room, sitting room, in-laws, sweet. Okay, we need to uh, take good care of the in-laws, so there's a whole room for them. The nap room, so you can have a special room just for napping. Broom closet, turtle pond, grand balcony, vegetable garden, stee for pigs, schoolhouse, and the hall of sculptures. Who was the guy that came up with all these possible rooms? Did a study about every kind of room that you could find. A crypt, servants' quarters, midnight room, stables, hibernation chamber, and there's a this is like for the Snow White, right? She was on the crystal chamber, and then there is a apple for the Snow White. Hibernation chamber, escape room, the guardhouse, saloon, no, salon, not a saloon. Coat room, Ice house. Ice house. All of ever closing walls. They open and they close. Gallery and the key room. The key room. Only two left to go. Bear with me. The vineyard. The library. The dining room. The dump waiter. That's the elevator, right? Map room. Harp room. Ding, 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 ding. Princess chambers. We've seen the prince, now the princess. Princess has very funny looking bunny slippers. The dreaming room. Dreaming room. And the vestibule. I don't know what a vestibule is. It seems like a door. Just a door. And the last ones are the painted room. Painted room. Okay, so this is like where the crazy people are hold, right? They cannot hurt themselves on the walls. The repair shop. There's a teddy bear being repaired. Mud room. When you come from the outside, you leave your dirty boots there before getting into the castle. Spice room. The spice must flow. Oops. What's happened here? Just fell. These are the lockdown room. The great hall. And the queen's chambers. We were almost missing the queen's chambers. We've seen the king, we've seen the princess, the prince, and the queen. So they all sleep in a different place in the house. The rabbit room. The rabbit room is a sleeping quarter. Okay, good to know. And there's the hidden entrance from below. And that's it. Woo! This has been a long video. I wasn't planned to go so long, but I felt it could be interesting to show all the rooms between two castles of Mad King Ludwig. So then, the Secrets and Soirees expansion will be recorded separately. I hope you enjoyed that. We are almost at the 3,000 subscribers, so that will definitely help me bringing this channel more content and making it grow and reach more people that are interested in the content. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave that like, share it with friends in all the telegrams, whatsapps, messengers, tinders, and be part of this community for board games in general and card games. Thank you, and I hope to see you in the next video. Goodbye.